Hello everyone, my name is Mariam. It should not be the case that very new pendatangs to Malaysia who can kick a ball and score goals then get instant Malaysian citizenship. So who are these new pendatangs? Well, they are 7 foreign-born footballers from Argentina, Brazil and Spain who have been granted Malaysian citizenship. The players are shown in the photo. As I told you before, I can't even pronounce their names. So what happened was that on the 26th of September, complaints were lodged after Malaysia's Asian Cup qualifier against Vietnam in June, in which all 7 foreign-born players were featured. Malaysia won 4-0. FIFA said that doctored paperwork had been submitted to support the players' eligibility to claim Malaysian citizenship under parental or grandparental lineage rules. FIFA said its disciplinary committee found the Football Association of Malaysia guilty of breaching Article 22 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code, which covers forgery and falsification. The Malaysian Football Federation was fined 1.9 million ringgit, and each player was also fined about, I think, 10,800 ringgit and banned for 12 months from all football-related activities, effective immediately. Of course, Harimau Malaya CEO Robert Douglas Friend, he expressed his shock at the FIFA's sanctions and fines on 7 of the team's players. But then you see, Malaysians were more shocked that 7 out of 11 players are foreigners, and the CEO is also a foreigner. The football team looks like a mini United Nations. Somebody said to me, semua ni anak Malaysia ke? Semua boleh cakap Melayu? Semua boleh tak nyanyi negaraku? Some of you would like to know, how is this scandal, football scandal, news? Well, I give you 10 main points from the story, from the scandal. The first one is that footballers fast-track citizenship. Now, these foreign-born players were granted Malaysian citizenship quickly to represent, so that they can represent the national football team. Now this has angered stateless individuals who have lived in Malaysia their entire lives but are still denied recognition. Number 2 is that stateless Malaysians feel abandoned. People like Fandi Nukizan, who is also known as Ijan, he is a 22-year-old from Bajau Laut Youth, and he's from Sempurna in Sabah. He applied for citizenship for over 10 years, but he had no success. Now he wants to know why the government is able to trace the footballer's supposed heritage, supposed family links, but does not recognize people from his community, the Bajau community, which is rooted in Malaysia for generations already. Now, point number 3. There are over 10,000 stateless people in Peninsular Malaysia, in Semenanjung. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees says that, or estimates that there are at least 10,000 stateless people in Semenanjung. However, activists believe the true number nationwide is in the hundreds of thousands. Now, many are children of Malaysian parents, or they are from indigenous or nomadic communities. Number 4, the FIFA sanctions has exposed the real issue. Okay, on 26 September, FIFA fined the Football Association of Malaysia 1.9 million ringgit. They banned 7 of these players for forged documents and violations to do with eligibility. Now, many questions were raised about how these players obtained Malaysian citizenship in the first place. Number 5, there are stringent rules for ordinary applicants. So stateless people, they face almost impossible documentation requirements like birth records, midwife letters, eyewitness statements, and village leader approvals. Even after submitting the proof, many applications are still rejected, and then no explanation has been given for the rejection. Point number 6 is the double standards in vetting these applications. Home Minister Saifuddin Nasution, he claimed the footballers were thoroughly and properly vetted. But activists like Yap Siang from Borneo Comrade, he argues that even successful cases usually take years and years of vetting. So he wants to know why the government can be lenient with footballers and fast-track them. But why don't they do the same with the stateless people who were born and raised here in Malaysia? Number 7 is the human cost of statelessness. Without citizenship, children cannot enroll in schools. These stateless children, they cannot go to school, and they are vulnerable and usually exploited as cheap labor. They have they have very limited access to healthcare, to education, and for legal protection. The next point is that the point number 8, economic argument falls flat. The government may justify granting citizenship to foreign players on the basis of economic contribution, but former stateless youth Wong Koo Kui, he said Malaysia actually loses billions in ringgits in taxes because stateless people cannot work legally. Point number 9. We need clear standard operating procedures and transparency. So despite promising many reforms, the Bandani government has failed to introduce clear guidelines for citizenship applications. And many applications fail because of insufficient documentation without explanation given why they failed. Now this, of course, it attracts mistrust. We don't trust the government. Then the last one is the need for rights-based citizenship. Activists and stateless Malaysians urge the government to prioritize human dignity over political or economic gain. Foreign footballers are given preferential treatment over the rights of legitimate Malaysians. And so the conclusion is that the FIFA scandal is not just a sports story. It reveals how Malaysian citizenship is laced with hypocrisy and applied with double standards, because quick application for foreign footballers but painfully slow for some Malaysian born overseas or born to mixed marriage parents or those born in the Ulu. And the solution? First of all, we nurture homegrown talent and we invest in our youth in sports. And second, the Madani administration cannot have double standards in awarding citizenship, and they must act with more transparency. Thank you for listening. Speak to you soon.
If you like my videos, please press like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please also visit my Patreon channel if you wish to sponsor me. Thank you.